everybody, how the devil are you? This is Cirque.
And this is episode.
So
check out my cool t-shirt. Really awesome.
you should just stay like that for the rest of it.
Really? That'd be hard there.
You can prop up a little bit there, can't you? Anyway.
I have to go up like that. No, we've got these.
Yeah, these are some... I think they're icebreaker cards? Or I don't know what they call them. It doesn't say anything. But basically, it's a series of questions that you're supposed to ask people at, like, parties to break the ice and get to know them better.
Yeah.
And we decided it'd be fun to read some to each other, or to ask each other some.
I'll do mine first.
You want to do the first?
Yeah.
Come on.
What's the longest you've gone without sleep?
Yeah, so what's the longest you've gone without sleep? For me, it'd have to be over a day, or probably over 2 days. When I was younger, on like the holidays or the weekends, sometimes I just wouldn't sleep. I get to the point where it'd be like early in the AMs, and I'd be just like, well, I'm supposed to be up in like 2 hours, so I just won't bother going to sleep, because I find that going to sleep, knowing that you have to get up very soon, it makes me more tired than if I just skip it altogether, which is bad. It's bad for you.
What happens to me is I close my, like, when I get into bed, close my door, and then I don't know, but my eyes just stare at something.
Yeah, well, you should close them.
Yeah, I try to close them, and I try to get sleep, but it doesn't happen, and then I'll eventually...
Yeah, it takes me hours to fall asleep.
Eventually, my eyes will open again, and I will look at the time, and it will be like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, well, yeah. You're always asleep. Like, in the mornings, you sleep in for ages if nobody stops you.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was that one.
I'll, like, sleep in, like, nearly 10 o'clock.
What's the sickest you've ever been?
Sickest?
Not, like... What did you...
Yeah, sick!
No, like, the sickest I've ever been is fully sick. But no, what you said before? You said sickest as in... dirtiest. That's what you said?
Yeah.
I was like, nope, that's not what it means. So what's the sickest as in health-wise you've ever been?
I've never been healthy and sick. Is that the... No, so the sickest I think I've ever been is been in my bed and no, there was one time I was out in the lounge and I just vomited really badly up, and then I had to go through buckets because I just kept vomiting every 5 minutes. I was like, bleh, bleh, bleh.
Well, if you're eating it again, you're like, this is terrible. I've eaten this like 12 times. I liked it the first time. For me, I think I was in the hospital for like a couple of weeks.
You're kidding?
When I was born. Actually, when I was born, I did have a lot of health issues. They'd had to keep me in, and they found out that I was like lactose intolerant. I got a bad rash and stuff. And yeah, but
when I was...
I don't know, there's been many times where I've been like sick and...
I think I had lots of like times where I like my mum wasn't allowed to see me.
Our mum.
Yeah, our mum wasn't allowed to see me until I think a week or like 4 days, because I was in this like big, these big like things.
Like incubation thing?
Yeah, the incubation. Yeah, I was in that.
Oh yeah, because you were premature.
Yeah, I had to.
I think I was in one of those as well.
Stay in that for ages.
Yeah.
And then finally
And
it came to the time where my mum could actually hold me.
And then we found out that you have all these mental problems, and
No.
your legs don't work, and you're
No.
Huh?
No.
None of these things.
No.
Your turn.
Okay. If you won $1 million, what would you spend on it?
Spend it on.
Yeah.
If I get $1 million, I would get a modest house, like not a mansion or anything crazy, just
Yeah.
like a decent house.
Yeah.
I would get the best internet I could afford.
Yeah.
Top of the line, like PC. Keep my other one as a backup, and like get like the like an actual. Make sure I have enough space so I could keep all of my stuff, and get an actual room set up for like recording with like good like sound insulation and stuff like that.
I would try and get a big house.
I
And
didn't finish what I was saying yet.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I'd get all that kind of stuff, get all that basic setup done, and then I would use the rest of the money. I'd probably invest some of it, like either in real estate or stock market or something like that. Anything that seems like secure enough, and then live off the rest of it, so that I could keep doing the channel, which I love, and not have to worry about like ending up on the streets, which is kind of our problem at the moment.
You might think this is too good to be true, but I would take half the money, give it to Bat Prince. Bat Prince could have half.
Really, half?
Yeah.
That's a lot too. I definitely want to do something nice.
I would give him a little bit at least.
Yeah, give him like a $10 Steam card.
No.
No, but
Give him like maybe.
I would actually. It would be really
$1,000.
good to. We could to probably do some like giveaways on the channel, just like not to be like, hey, come and watch us and maybe you'll win something, but just more of a like a way of giving back to people who actually do enjoy us.
I would try and save up to get bigger money.
I was gonna say I'll try and save up to get bigger, and I was like, that ship is sailed, buddy. You're gonna be tiny forever.
Save.
Well, it doesn't help that you
money,
always push yourself
and
back,
then,
and therefore
and then,
you're at
and
all the way over
then
there.
I would try and get really like billions money.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
And then, if I won $1 billion, then
Well, $1 million. You can't upgrade the prize.
I would get rich so I can meet the Game Grumps, and that's the end of the story. I will meet them. I will say hi. I will say, "How you doing, guys?" I will be friends. I will go on their channel with them.
All right.
They're great guys.
I think we have time for maybe one more, depending on how long we talk for.
Might do another episode of this.
Have you ever wished you were the opposite sex? So do you ever wish you were a girl? Or have you? Not do you. Have you? So even if you thought about it for a little bit and then went, nah, it's still a yes to that. So have you ever wished you were a girl?
Yes. Some parts, yes. 'Cause I couldn't get a girlfriend, anything like that, man. So I thought, you know what?
So if you thought you were a girl, you could date yourself?
If life's gonna be like this, why don't I just be a boy? I mean a girl.
Yeah,
Be a girl. Just.
That's actually like really sexist of you.
What?
To say that, like, you think life's hard for me as a boy, so I'll go be a girl and that'll be easy. That's actually like girls don't have it easy, and in a lot of ways it's harder because there's all those people who try to take advantage of them. They get paid less than us, than men do in the same job.
Yeah,
and like all that BS about like, oh, we have to pay them less because of childbirth and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's
that I don't like
stupid.
that.
No, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's just it's BS
People that
reasoning.
say that maybe stupid because
No, they're greedy.
they're greedy.
Greedy and
girls
probably I'm
have
gonna say evil. They're greedy and a bit evil.
Girls should have the exact same amount of money as men have.
Well, if they're doing the same job, then for sure. Like if you have like hierarchy and you've got like a female janitor and then the accountant's a guy, sure, pay them different wages. They're doing different jobs. But if you hire two accountants, same like level of seniority and stuff like that, one's male, one's female, then they should be making the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Until one of them proves that, like, hey, whichever one proves I'm better at this job, like I'm doing more for the company, I'm bringing more in, then you give them a raise.
Yeah.
It should be based on like a combination of seniority and a higher weighting towards skill.
Yeah.
How much they're bringing to the company.
What was the question again? I forgot what
The question was, have you ever wished to be the opposite sex? I got completely sidetracked. For me, I have not. It's one of those things where, like, I'm not comfortable in my own skin, but I don't think changing gender would solve that. I just feel uncomfortable, and I cannot stop from doing that with my arm and stuff. I
thought girls were better than boys because that's what.
That is also sexist.
People say that.
Yeah.
People say that boys are dumb and girls are better than boys.
It's like one of those things where, like, you see the people that stand up for women's rights, and yes, stand up for women's rights. That's definitely something you should do.
Yeah,
because they do have like the wage gap and stuff like that. You should definitely stand up for women's rights there. But then you get to the people who are like, women's rights means anti-men. And then that's a problem because then you're pushing it in the other direction.
I've said...
And it shouldn't be women's rights, men's rights. It should be people's rights.
Yeah,
it should be fighting for equality in all aspects.
Yeah, when I was a little boy, I used to say,
You are.
girls are better.
You are a little boy.
No, not now. I'm nearly a teenager.
Yeah, but you act like you're 6.
No. Anyway, I've said girls are better. Don't pick on them and stuff like that.
Alright, so we got super off topic on that last question.
Yeah.
But this was fun, and
I want to do another one.
We got a ton more questions here.
Yeah, we'll do another one.
Yeah, we'll do some more of this. Ciao for now.
Ciao.